What can you tell us about the status of Julia Ertz and Rose Lavelle? I mean, obviously, at least as far as I could tell, they didn't get on the field today.
Yes.
What's their status at the moment?
So they're all healthy. They're clear to play, and Julia actually is a little bit further away, ahead of both Rose and Pino. And the way I would put it for Julia was, if this was a World Cup game or a meaningful game, knockout stage, it's even no-brainer. I mean, not even question that she can play. Where Rose and Pino are a little bit, I don't want to say behind, but they're in the build-up stage. So they're healthy, they're medically cleared, and now it's just getting them physically ready to play minutes.
Martin, and then Meg, and then we'll go in the back.
Hey, Vlatko. Probably a frustrating afternoon for some of the players in some ways. Wales defended very well. What can you say about the kind of calm-headedness that Trinity showed for the two finishes, but especially the quality finish for the second one?
Yeah, I want to say it was frustrating, but at the same time it wasn't, because we kind of expected it to go that way. And before I talk about Trinity, I want to give credit to Wales. I mean, they were organized, they were disciplined, they defended well, and made it hard for us. But I think Trinity came in and had a task to fulfill, and she was one of the players that went in that had a task to fulfill to raise the pace and the tempo of the game a little bit, and we saw that the tempo changed dramatically, and obviously the goal that she scored. I mean, the second goal, I think that's a world-class goal.
Meg.
Following on the Trinity theme, in the mixed zone, Trinity and Sophia were talking about that interchangeability that they had. Sophia saying at the end of the game, hey, I'll go central, you go wide. What does that flexibility give you in terms of your choices for who's starting, who's coming in as a substitute?
Yes, I mean, I would say majority of our forwards are very flexible in terms of the position that they're playing, and they can play multiple positions, and they can do that with success. We saw that Trinity went in as a 9, and then found a little more success wider, so they switched. Soph started as a 7, and then the goal that we scored, she was the 11, and then finished the game as a 9. I mean, it just makes it a little more unpredictable, and because of how they play. I mean, they play a lot by instinct as well. They understand the game and use their instinct to find themselves in the game. They have the freedom to roam from one to another position to implement or impose themselves to the game.
All right, Coach, when it was scoreless at halftime, what did you say to the ladies? And then secondly, were you worried about going to the World Cup on a sour note if you guys had lost or had a tie?
I don't think I was worried, because I was pretty confident we're going to win the game. I just didn't know when we're going to score, how we're going to score, and who's going to score. But I also was pretty confident that we're not going to get scored on as well. But on halftime, there were only two things that I said. Obviously, we watched a couple of videos in the locker room, and two things that I said. One was the moments that we can increase the tempo and speed up the play, and then the second thing was the moments that I expect them to be braver and trust their guts, trust their instinct. So I think that in the second half we saw both of those things. We saw some brave decisions, and it didn't work every time, but when it did, it was great. And also I felt like we played a little bit faster, a little more intense.
Hi, Vlatko. Janie McCauley from the Associated Press. Crystal was just saying in the mixed zone how this group might have to be patient at times, because with so many newcomers and veterans, there are going to be some kinks to work out, and just be patient and the opportunities will come. And it's kind of how today went, where you had a lot of missed chances and then everybody came through.
Yes, I mean, if we talk about the group, particularly the first 11 that was on the field in the first half, that was the first time they were playing together, and we went through some unfortunate moments in the last camp or in between the camps. Obviously, lost some players that were with us before, so changes were necessary, and with those changes, now we're gonna need maybe couple of more weeks until we get in sync, but we're very confident and where we at right now, and we can see how the end product is going to look, and when that happens, it's going to look good.
Kevin Nyes with NBC News. Coach, how do you feel some of the newer players, Alyssa and Trinity, have dealt with a lot of the pressure and all the media obligations going into this World Cup? How do you think they're handling that on the field?
I think that we saw that Trinity is not bothered by it at all. Scored 2 goals, so it doesn't bother her. But Alisa, she does receive a lot of training and support from her teammates, from the technical staff, from the support staff, and lots of guidance how to navigate all of it. But once you get in New Zealand, I think it will. Even though we're gonna be in the host country, things are gonna quiet down a little bit. We have a very good base camp. We have a very good hotel. I mean, it's a bubble that nobody can get in or out. We have a training complex that nobody can get in and out, and it's gonna be pretty quiet, I think, for the group, and we'll get enough. They'll get enough time together to bond, but also to relax and stay out of all the buzz around them.
Last two, 1-2.
Alex Simon, Bay Area News Group. Obviously, Megan came up here and made an announcement yesterday. It didn't seem like there was at any point where she was gonna play today. Was that kind of always the plan, was for her to not play today, or did you maybe want to, but it wasn't there?
She was there. We talked about if it really needs to happen, but in the same time, we didn't want to risk anything. We didn't want to we didn't want to rush anything. There was no need for it. It's a friendly game. We have a really good squad. We knew that we have the quality that we need to overcome the challenges that were ahead of us, and wanted to give Megan just a few extra days to prepare herself and get ready physically.
Last one for Vlatko. Go ahead.
Vlatko, when you think about just today's game strategy and the result and just kind of all the moments leading up to the final whistle, how do you think just today will impact just your mindset and your approach as you think about this next upcoming week or so for Vietnam?
Yeah, so what this game did actually confirmed something that we have been preparing for or talking about for years. And to explain what it is we hear the things that the world is catching up. The world is catching up. The world has always been there. Okay, the top 10 teams have always been there. We saw that there was a different champion in 2003. It was in US 2007, 2011. So the top 10 have always been there. The world that is catching up is Wales, is Vietnam, is Zambia, okay, Portugal. Like these are the countries that are catching up. The 7-0, 8-0 games are gone, and we can see that. I mean, Germany plays against Zambia, loses 3-2. Those games are going to happen, and what we are preparing ourselves for is so we don't run into a game like that with mentality. It's going to be easy. No game is going to be easy. It doesn't matter who is in front of us. The opponent that is in front of us is the most important and the most important game at the moment. Right now, we know Vietnam is not going to be easy. I mean, we saw them playing Germany. It was a 2-1 game. So that makes it very, very interesting for our group all of a sudden. So we're preparing for Vietnam the same way we prepared for Wales, and we know it's not going to be easy.
And with that, we shall go to New Zealand.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you for
everybody.
your support.